Hello. How's everybody doing today? So, welcome to Arcfall. This is just a small developer's stream that we're doing today. It's just going to show a few things that we are bringing out in the next update that's happening today. Happening this weekend. So, this is quite a big update. Like you guys would have noticed, we haven't had an update for a few months. We've been working pretty hard on the new stuff that we're adding in, and a lot of it was more back-end, like fixes and changes to the back-end of the server. But we also updated Unity to the latest Unity version, which has allowed us to change a few things in graphics and so on. So today I'm just gonna go through a few things. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them. As this is going to be more informational stream than actual gameplay. So we'll start off with what we're doing with the new system that's coming into place. Is going to be a new housing system. And like our previous stream we announced, we'll be moving away from non-instance housing, which is in all these zones. So the map is still the old map on the top here. Let me open the map up quickly and I'll show you guys. So before we had in Oceano zone, we had all these house plots which you could have built your houses in non-instance housing. But we're moving away from that as it allows us to do a little bit more in-depth building. So all that will be removed from these maps. And what we're changing these areas with is going to be more like places of interest, different mobs, more quests, more resources and stuff to gather and so forth. So those that are familiar with Arcfall, you guys will know I'm standing right now in, I think it's Salmon's Dock. So before we didn't have this distance viewing. So one of the changes we've done, if you can see here, is we've increased the view distance, and we have nice fog effects and so on. So it doesn't look like your island is alone, like you're just on one little island. So you can see different islands. We're also going to be adding in more items into the oceans and stuff, so there'll be places of interest in the oceans and so on that you can gather. With the new Unity changes, you can see we added a bit of a fog effect, so it looks like there's like fog from the water coming up. And in the view distance, you can see up just above the fog layer, there's like mountains sticking out. So there are different fog layers in. And it also increases the quality of the graphics in the background. But first I want to show you guys the new settings and stuff that we've added into settings. So let me open that up for you. So one of the main things that's going to be in this update, many people were asking for that, is use hardware cursor. So if you click this on your settings, sometimes people had problems with their cursors when they were moving stuff around. They started playing, so this will force it to use the hardware cursor, so we won't have that problems anymore. Other thing we also added in is invert mouse look. No, that has been there, sorry. Is the graphics. So you can see here we've added in exclusive full screen experimental. So before in Arcfall you would have a bit of a frame differentiation between if you have a windowed version. So it wasn't the actual full screen version which you were playing like more a windowed full screen. So you could move around, move out of things and so on. But with the change to exclusive full screen, it actually increases the frame rates quite a bit. Oh, invert mouse look is new. Zero is there. So Zero is our programmer. He's just in the chat too, giving you guys some information. So that is a new thing. This is all. A lot of these things is what Zero has been working on. in the back end. So he did a great job on these things. So he added the exclusive full screen in. What it allows us to is to maybe get a little bit better frame rates as well. So what you would do is, if you wanted to set that up, make sure you have VSync off, and you can do cap frame rates. You can see there, and so that could cap the frame rates at there, 75, or you can change your frame rate that you want to cap at. That also helps you with getting a better stable game. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So those are some of the settings here. I don't know if Zero wants to comment on anything that's extra in here. So we always have our control. We had this in before. And rotation speed, all these things is in here. So we have some changes in settings. Now when you load up the new version of the game, it's going to auto delete your current settings, because these settings are all brand new settings and stuff like that. And it will also like adjust the screen settings and stuff like that. So you might have a little bit of a flash of the screen, and after that, once it's reset it and it's all working perfectly, then you shouldn't have any problems like that anymore, or anything like that coming up. So that's the settings that we've changed. So if you can see, like you guys can see, I think with the graphic quality has increased a little bit. If you're looking at it, what we also did is we've been working on upgrading some of the islands, like we're redoing the terrain and adding a few more things. Like for instance, here in Omar, we added more trees, more foliage to make it a little bit more fuller. You can see there, like we got all these extra trees and bushes and stuff like that, so it looks a little bit more fuller. Right now we're at night time, so this is how it looks at night. I'll just run around a bit so you guys can have a look around and see how it looks. See the foliage has changed, the grass and so on. Because of the view distance that has been increased, it's also more fuller. I think it's got a way better look than it used to have. Other thing you might notice is the interface, the wording and stuff like that has changed quite a bit, so it's very more crisp. Everything is more crisp now. So there's a good view if you guys want to see how it's going to look now. Like it's got more bushes, it looks more fuller. I really like this look actually, like we're adding in here. Like I say, every time we bring an update out, we just increase the quality and everything. So the game gets getting better and better as we go along. And because we're moving away from the housing, we can actually add a little bit more details in here, because we don't have to worry about the frame rates dropping and so on with the 500 anvils some people are putting down. So you can see there the fog effect. I really like the fog effect. It's really makes everything look more high quality than just the current fog effect. Currently it's just a flat fog effect that we had on there in the current version that's on Steam, and this one has more got an in-depth fog effect on it.
Hey!
See, there's a quest here. So you can see here that, I don't know if the wording, it looks for me, it looks way more crispier, the words and stuff like that. Oh, somebody was just asking if the females will be getting hair. So when we get, it won't be the next update, but I think two or three updates from now, we'll be redoing the whole character creation system, which will include like hairstyles, different skin tones, different skin styles like facial styles and so on, beards and so on, and it might also include a separate race, a new race, but that's only coming in about 3 updates from now. 3 to 4. So once we get to that, like right now, the code creation is very plain. You know, there's not much to it, but we are definitely that's more when we get to more of a stable version of the server. We'll be redoing that. So like I was saying, if you look here, you can see I feel like the font and the words and stuff has changed. It's much better, much clearer. So this is the new Omar. This is Marshall's Landing. You'll see with the added bushes, we added a little bit more detail, making it a little bit more fuller, finishing it off a little bit more. Looks like more like a city that's a town that's in like a woody area. Okay, so other thing I wanted to show you guys, this is something that everybody was been asking for ages. Hopefully this helps a little bit. We've added a background to the items, so we should be able to see, like for wool, you can see the number much clearer now of a stack limit, and we increased the stack limit's size. We will also be adding, this is the inn here, all major cities and towns and so on will be adding inns. So this one, this is going to be the inn here. We're going to be adding the innkeeper here that you can also set your marker point to. So there'll be a few cities that we're going to be adding that to. So this will help a little bit, like I said, with seeing what stack limits you have on your items and so on. I think that'll help a little bit. And you'll see a lot of the fonts, we've increased a lot of the fonts and stuff like that. So you can see now here it says, instead of, for instance, on the skills, you can see we made everything a little bit bigger. So for instance, for swordsmanship, we have now underneath it, we used to have just the abbreviations, but now we have the actual different stats that it increases. So every third level and every fifth level, I think, you get the first one on every 3 levels, and you get a second one on every 5 levels or 4 levels. I can't remember if it's 3 or 2. But we're looking at putting a little wiki in the game too, so you guys can get more information on these things for new players. So that's increased all the names and so on. It's all bigger. So that's one of the UI changes that we added in. So I'll just go back to. I feel the graphics is way more clearer right now. More crisp, way more better, I think. And we also changed a little bit of the lighting and so on. Hopefully this isn't too dark, but we will be adding, because some players are having problems with darkness, we will be adding very soon some lanterns you can put on you. So next I'll show you guys some of these islands that has changed. We added some places of interest. I think in the next few updates there's going to be some really good stuff coming in these updates. For the housing, so far we've counted, and this is we're going to try and have for each zone, which is like this is Oceania zone, and you get Sundusk and those other places. For each zone, we're going to try and get a building system, but we'll see how it goes over the next couple of months. Have a house style specifically that's from that zone, using that zone's materials and so on. And just for Oceania, we have around 50 new building units that's coming, which will be like walls, you know, foundations, all those new things that we're bringing for our new building system. So that's just one biome new style. So at the end of the time when we finish all this, I think we'll have a couple of hundred different styles that you guys can customize, put together, do different walls, do different things with. So let's see here. So I'm quickly gonna go show you guys. Go to Port Taronga. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the housing system. I think the housing is gonna be really nice. So you guys can see this is Port Taronga. This is where you land, and because of the distance we have, you know, it's pretty far. You can actually see the other islands all around you. And we're also slowly introducing some lighting. So you'll see, for instance, here, if you look there, you see that little area there is actually lit up, which is just some lighting we're starting to add in to polish the scenes a little bit more. Like if you see little light areas, usually it attracts players to go to. There's places of interest, you know, things you can find there and so on. Oh, that's another thing also with the new housing system that we're adding in. We might start looking at doing some competitions for houses where we can give some prizes out for people. You can send in a screenshot with the house you built, because it's going to be very customizable and unique things to build. Sun's coming up over the water. So if you go here, you can see, look how nice it is in the distance. Distance views. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you guys on this side. For instance, those that whoever had a house, I think it's right here. I think it's this one, yeah. Oh no, sorry, this one here. Whoever has a K9 house location, you'll see how your island's gonna look now when it's with the new update. Actually, I'm running a lot. Let me get something that's a little bit faster. This is not in this update yet, because we're still working on flying, but it's just one of the faster mounts there. So this will be coming soon, but not in yet. This is just a admin quick mount. I love the dragon. Really look nice. So, like for instance, there's the island that we were talking about. Let me open up the map. So that's I think it's a K9, right there. It's a place of interest. So we've removed all these house plots, deeds, and everything there. And like I said, we started changing it over, putting some place of interest there. This one's got a little broken up tower here, so there'll be some quests that could send you maybe here, for instance, and you could find some stuff, or you might even find a treasure chest here. You never know. So you see, this is your island. So if you had the island here before, you can see it's totally changed. So it won't be this. It's going to require a lot of people, especially all players, even, you know, to go around to all these islands, and see all the new things that's there, because there's going to be a lot of new places to go, new mobs to find, new things to learn, you know, even in just the starter zone. And we're going to be doing that with all the current non-instance housing. So for instance, this is a little tower, a little place inside here. There might be a treasure chest, you know, and some mobs spawning here that you have to kill. And that's the other one down there, for instance, if we go to this side here. Oh, I love this water, I must say. Ocean looks really nice. There's a little camp here, so we're not sure what will be here, like which mobs and stuff like that. But you also see the grass and everything has changed in everywhere in the zone. Somebody is asking if we can add a mount to swim. So if we go to this one here, you'll see here we have that is land mounts. These are going to be ocean mounts, and this is going to be air. So those are all coming. There's going to be mounts for ocean. We haven't added this in, but it might be in by this weekend. That if you go underwater, you're going to require oxygen. If you stay down there, you can only stay a certain amount. And with that, you'll also then, if the oxygen runs out, you die. Obviously, start dying. But if you have maybe a certain mount that can maybe give you additional oxygen to go deeper, you know, and stuff like that. If you mount like a special effect on the mount. So you see, these are all the new things. So if we look down there, see that how nice that fog effect. I just love the fog effect on the areas. You know, it really changes everything. It gives it a nice foggy effect there. Yeah, potions for water breathing, I think is definitely an idea. The nice thing with the new housing system is going to be you guys will be able to build multi-levels. So you could build a second level or even a third level to your house, because space isn't a problem anymore. So while we're swimming here, I'll talk a little bit of how the housing system and stuff is going to be working for current players that has houses here. What's going to happen is we're going to be removing all these houses, deleting all the claims, and anything you have on your claim will be sent to your mail. If it's in a chest, you'll get a full chest with all the items in the chest in the mail. Once you collect this chest, for instance, and you place it down on your property, you can access it again. So you can chests will keep the items inside them, so you guys don't have to worry about anything like that. And everything, all the claims will be deleted. I think all the current, if you have any currency that you pay taxes on for the claims, that will be refunded to you. Also, some players has bought the housing, some housing units and stuff like that, which we won't have pre-built houses anymore. What will happen is if you click on the pre-built housing item that you get, for instance, if it was bought from the store, it will refund you your Arcfall coin that you paid for it, and if it was bought from a vendor, that will refund you your coin that you spend on it. So, for instance, there's another island here I'll take you guys to. So, which island are we looking at now? Let me see on the map. So this is another one that's changed. I'm just showing a few places here that we changed, so you guys can get a more or less an idea of where are we? We're right there. So I think it's these ones here, K10 and C9, that is changing. so you guys can get an idea of more or less how we're changing some of these things up. If you guys have any questions about the housing or anything like that, please feel free to ask them. I can't wait for underwater sharks and stuff like that. It's gonna be pretty cool, especially here in this zone. So this is K10 and C9. So whoever has a house there, this is the new look of your island. How the island looks. So let's go up here. So on this island there's a little camp, for instance, here. You might find a new vendor here that sells like unique items and stuff like that. So you can see here's a new camp. They got a few crafting stations here, so you can craft a few things here and do a few things here. I think sand is a very useful thing here. We have a new biome that's coming out in the next few updates. It's a desert biome. So there will be, from that biome, there's going to be some new building units, and they might require some sand. And from this one, there might be some quests in this camp. And if you go down here, this little area. There's a portal here, and I wonder what's gonna happen here with this portal. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what you guys find here. This comes out. So like you can see, it's a lot of changes. I'm not showing you guys everything we have in here, but a lot of these islands is going to have a lot of changes to it, a lot of things. Like there's another island there, you can see there's another island there, which is nice now because now players will know there's a bigger world. So swimming, you can definitely do a lot of swimming and stuff like that. And like I say, hopefully one day we'll have ships sailing into, but that's very far from now. So I don't want to show a lot of the other new stuff that we have in. Keep some stuff a surprise for you guys. So this is this update we're hoping to come out this weekend. So we might take the servers down. We were planning from Friday, but we might move it a little bit up to like Saturday or so, and then we'll do the changes. And this also depends when we do testing and take the servers down and so on. You know, because there's a lot of changes. We have to make sure everything is right. Because if something goes missing from somebody's claim, there's a lot of things. A lot of people get upset. So we're hoping to get it out by this weekend, this update. So far it's looking like it would if everything goes well. All our testing and stuff we do, if everything goes well, we'll get it out this weekend. Otherwise it'll definitely be within the next week or so. Like I'm pretty sure we'll get it out, but I'm pretty confident we'll have it out this weekend. Like we just have to test a bunch of things out. And I want to get this out because there's a lot of fixes in this update. We might have been able to fix the disconnection with the quest stuff. Hoping the changes we made has fixed that. It's a beautiful sun. So we want to try and get this update out as quick as possible. Any new pets? Not in this update. A lot of people are looking for fur. Well, there's gonna be a few new mobs in the game. I can tell you that so much. You never know. There might be some fur in the game. I know we're adding in at least 3 new armor sets that's coming in. So there'll be some more leather. After this update, I think we'll have leather, metal, and cloth armor, all up to level tier 3. So that's the one thing, which is nice. And we're hoping to have skinning knives in, so you can get some XP from skinning with a skinning knife. So I know a lot of people have been asking for that. Let me see. So you see, even with the quest, the fonts and everything is much crisper. New quest that we're having. Hopefully we'll have at least a couple of more quests in also. I think there's going to be a bunch of new quests for you guys. Because a lot of you're only going to get a certain amount of you're only going to get a certain amount of items you can buy from vendors. A lot of the things will be quests. Also, you can get items for the building and so on, or it might be drops from mobs. So it's going to be quite an interesting thing. Only one problem we still have, which we hope we're going to try and get fixed before the next update after this one that's coming this weekend. It's going to be some people, when you have a certain amount of quests you've learned already, like if you've played quite a bit, the quest ends up logging you out. If you have a certain amount of recipes learned, the recipes will start kicking you every time you learn a new one. So that's a painful bug, and we're hoping to get that fixed after this update that's coming now, because even in this update there's going to be 50 plus new recipes for everybody to learn, so it's going to be a bit of a pain for everybody. I love the sunset there. Somebody was asking about adding where you can feed your pet to make them grow and so on. So that's all part of, we'll be looking at how we do pets. Well, not so much pets, but mostly like farming for farm animals and so on. We're not sure about how we're going to handle those systems totally yet, but farming is definitely going to have something like that in there. Maybe. Like, I would like to have that in, but it also comes down, we don't want to increase our scope too much, because then we're never going to get past alpha version. Somebody, so you want to know if the other bear mounts added. I'm not sure which bear mount you're talking about. So if I go to transmog, I think these are the 3 bear mounts. They should all be in the game, these 3, as far as I know. I think Ravaged Bear mount is in, there's Ravaged Bears in the world. I have to go see where they are. If they haven't added them in, I'll definitely see if I can add them in. Somebody's asked about if we added some decorative items to this update. Yes, we did. We're gonna have some lanterns at least, so you can place some lights down. There's gonna be a few other things that you can place on walls, maybe like a portrait and so on. Later on, we'll want to add in things like you can get certain resources from certain mobs that's rare drops, and then you can make, for instance, a trophy of a mob's head, and you can put that on your house. So yeah, definitely there'll be a lot of things like that. Like housing is going to be a very big part of the game, I think, because there's going to be so much stuff that you can add in and do. There's also going to be some unique styled building units that will be available in the store that you can buy, for instance walls and so on. We added in, I would say, currently you guys have two types of fences. There's the hedge fence that's in the store, and then there's the wood one. There's another 3 types of fences coming in this update this weekend. There's 4 different styles of walls that you can get this weekend, like totally different style. Like one is wood, stone, plaster, and stylized one of different walls that you can get. There's about 5, I think 4 or 5 foundation types you can have. There's foundation stairs you can place down. So there's quite a bit of stuff that's coming in this weekend's update. Any more questions? Like I said, this was just a small informational stream. I don't want to show too much, otherwise you guys know of all the new stuff too easily. We want you guys to go look for it a little bit. Where's this moon? I was gonna add a new bows, but not at this update. Like, we still have to redo the combat totally, and we busy working on some combat stuff, but that didn't make it in this update. See, now you guys can see this little light effect that we have here. It's much lighter here. You see in the distance, like this will encourage you to go that way, that direction. I know a lot of people are asking for a chicken mount. We'll definitely be looking into that. Yeah, there's a few nice mount ideas that we want to add in. The golden chicken might be a cool one. Like have a world event and have a golden chicken. Any new questions? More questions you guys have? I really like the way the wall's starting to look. Like before you would see these little bushes. They had like very dark under leaves, you know, when you're in a distance. That's been removed. Like we're really the game's starting to look very polished, I think. Okay, that's all the questions. That'll be it for the stream. Like I said, we're going to be doing start the update this weekend, hopefully, if everything goes good with our last few tests that we have to do, and then we'll push this update out. I think this is going to be making the game way more stabler than it used to be. There might be a few bugs here and there that we've missed and so on, especially with the interface. Like we had to redo most of the interface when we did this. We had to redo most of the interface, like I said, because a lot of the new Unity's interface didn't work that well. But I think the update, the newest Unity, really makes a difference. Makes the game look way better. Oh, with the gold, I'm not sure. It's gonna be hard with the patterns. But yeah, you might need to spend some gold. Right now we still haven't balanced the economy that well, so eventually gold will be balanced way better, so it's worth more. I think a lot of people right now sticks is worth more than gold. Somebody asked if there's plans to add NPCs to personal islands. Yes, we definitely will be looking at adding vendors. Well, not sure for personal islands so much, but especially in the world, we're looking at adding vendor stalls and so on that players can maybe place down or rent and sell their goods in the world itself. Somebody's asking to change the voice of NPCs. Well, those are very minor things we'll be doing and polishing when we get past the alpha. I think that's more like a beta thing. When we get to beta and getting close to full release, they change a lot of music, change footsteps, sounds. You know, like there's a lot of sound stuff we have to change, especially when like for mobs where you clicking on it and the ship keeps blurring. Yeah, those are all things that we have to change a lot, you know, in the future. But like I said, right now, most priority is to get the game server stable and to get a little bit of content in. Zero mostly does all the stability of the server and the programming side. Like I do all the graphics and stuff. That's why we can add some graphics coming through every time. But the biggest focus is to get the servers and stuff stable right now. Zombies, there's a few mobs coming in this update too. So, like I said, I think a few people will be going to that portal that I just showed you guys. So, if that's all the questions, thanks for coming out and having a look at what we're doing. We're going to try and do more streams like this. I think it's very important for you guys to have a closer look at what we're bringing out every time and explaining stuff and asking questions. Seeing that we're starting to get closer now to alpha, not a pre-alpha stage. So thank you guys for supporting us, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys next time.